This is a recording of What is an American by Edward Hudgins. So as I'm reading on this page, make sure that you are annotating, so follow along and annotate on your page just as you were directed in class. What is an American by Edward L. Hudgins, July 3rd, 1998. We celebrate July 4th as the day the Declaration of Independence created the United States. But in my heart, I also honor July 15th. On that day in 1930, Justino de Camillo, my grandfather, arrived here with my grandma, aunts, and an uncle to start their lives as Americans. My mom was born the next year. I never had the chance to hear my grandpop's deepest thoughts about his extraordinary journey and rich long life, which ended when I was fairly young. But one way I can understand his character and the character of my country is to reflect on the question, what is an American? An American is anyone who loves life enough to want the best that it has to offer. Americans are not automatically satisfied with their current situation. My grandpop wanted to be more than a poor, landless tenant farmer, no better off than his ancestors. Americans look to more than the next meal. They look to the future, the long term, a better tomorrow. Americans aren't idle daydreamers. They take the initiative. Fortune did not fall into my grandpop's hands. He had traveled to America several times before 1930 to find work, establish himself, and make it possible to bring over the family. He toiled for years to achieve his dream, but achieve it he did. An American is anyone who understands that achieving the best in life requires risks. Immigrants have no assurances of success in a new land with different habitats, institutions, and language. They leave friends, relatives, and familiar places, often risking their lives to cross oceans and hostile country to reach their new homes. But they, like all Americans, understand that the timid achieve nothing. Americans seek economic prosperity, wealth, leaving behind the resentment in other countries that is aimed at those who better their material condition. Throughout the world and throughout history, millions of individuals have endured poverty with dignity, but there is no inherent dignity in poverty. Individuals came to America to farm their own farms and run their own enterprises. My grandpop found work on the streetcar line so he could buy a house and provide a better life for his family. Americans seek a personal liberty to live as they see fit, to worship as they please. Americans seek freedom from the use of power wielded arbitrarily by whoever holds the political sword. My grandpop, no doubt, did not want to be at Mussolini's mercy. The Declaration and the Constitution that followed it created a political regime for individuals who wished to be united with their countrymen, not by a common language, ethnic background, or other accident of birth. Americans are united by a love of liberty, respect for the freedom of others, and an insistence on their own rights as set forth in the Declaration. There are millions of Americans around the world living in every country. Many of them will never make it here to the United States, but they are Americans, just as my grandpop was an American before he ever left Italy. And just as millions discovered America in the past, we can rediscover what it means to be an American. The principles of this country are no mere abstractions. They are written in the hearts of all true Americans.